Hi guys, a long time no talk, I know. As you can tell by the title, today is gonna be a get ready with me. I have a few errands to run, but we're not doing anything too crazy today, so it's really just gonna be a simple beat. I'm mainly doing this video to catch up with you guys, but before we start, I did want to say a little message. I'm sure everyone who is watching this has a phone and, you know, is aware of the news and everything. And is aware of the genocide in Palestine. I do have family members that are Palestinian, but outside of that, I'm just a human being with empathy. And because of that, I'm able to empathize with the people that are going through what no one else can describe as anything else but a tragedy. I don't really believe in the thoughts and prayers. I mean, these people, you know, that's great, but they don't really need that in this moment. They need awareness, they need donations, they need protesting, they need organizing, they need, you know, emailing, calling our representatives and Congress members. That's what they need, you know, things that are going to produce real change. I don't speak about my political views on this channel, and I'm really not for the most part, but when it comes to events like this that happen, I want to be very clear about where I stand. I've always been Free Palestine for the past couple of years when I first found out about the conflict happening there. So if you are somehow still uneducated about what's going on in Palestine, take the time to research it. There are so many resources available, especially now, that were not available before. I was seeing people talk about this a few years ago when I first got my Twitter account, but you know, it wasn't really anything that was on the forefront of people's minds. And unfortunately, if it's not Palestine, it's places like Congo or Sudan, or, you know, it's always going to be somewhere. So I understand that it can be hard to be aware of everything, but at the end of the day, there is no excuse right now to not be aware. It's everywhere. So if you're not somewhat educated, then you're choosing to be ignorant. I don't need everyone to become an activist, but I am pretty passionate about, you know, issues related to this. And I won't go into too much about my political views personally, but I just wanted to make it clear that there is none of that Israel mess going on over here at all. So if you can, please donate to the organizations and the GoFundMes that you're seeing. I'm sure that's more of a help than anything else. And educate the people around you, and don't allow conversations to happen that you know are disrespectful. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Moving on, like I said, we have a few errands to run. And I already did my skincare, so my skin is prepped in that aspect, but I do need to put on primer. I do eventually want to do a video where I try some new makeup. I'll show you guys in just a second. I went to Target, I want to say maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe a week and a half, I'm not sure, but and I picked up a couple of things, some of those things being makeup products, because I needed new concealer. I'm running pretty low on my LA Girl one, and I saw some of the NYX products that Target had, so I was like looking there, and I wanted to try some, I think it's like a matte liquid lipstick or something like that, which I usually am not a huge fan of, but the shade was so beautiful. But yeah, I'm just gonna prime really quick. You guys already know, Elf Mint Melt. And with this primer, you rub it in, but to activate it, because it's sticky, you just tap. And surprisingly, even though my sunscreen is pretty oily, it's still sticky. Let me show you guys what I was talking about. These Smooth Whip, what are these? A matte lip cream. So it's very velvety, it feels great on my lips. It's not drying at all like a lot of matte liquid lipsticks are. This isn't new, but this is something that I have been eyeing and wanting to work with and use for the longest time. I don't know who gave this to me. I don't know how I have this. I don't remember. This shit's probably expired, to be honest, but I'ma still use it. This is by So Susan Cosmetics. It's the Color Trip High Intensity Color Pigment in the shade Mysterious, and it's this deep purple color. Trying to see, it's a loose pigment, and I just have been wanting to do an eyeshadow look with this. Like, it looks so pretty in the packaging. Like, I just wanted to use that. But for concealer, I just got my usual little Fit Me. This is in the shade Vanilla. I don't know how she's gonna match, but we'll see. I was really just looking around for the most part. I'm trying to, you know, budget because the holidays are approaching, obviously. But also, like, I have a bad habit of just buying stuff I don't need, especially when I'm in Target. Like, they get me every time. So I didn't get too much, but yeah, today we're gonna be using the I Envy Demi Wispies. Shout out to my sister for putting me onto these. I'm not gonna stack them like she told me. The way that she wears them is she puts one on top of these and then another half strip on the end to kind of give like a really full cat eye without looking like too dramatic, because it's still relatively short, you know. I'm just running a couple errands. Like, I don't think it's that type of look today, but I really am excited to try that technique because I feel like that's really gonna flatter my eye shape. A lot of cat eye style lashes that I get, like, they don't really, one is different than the other, or my eyes are two different like sizes. This one is smaller than this one, so they just never like look right. So I usually always have to do something like that where I'm like cutting the end and, like, you know, I gotta measure and tweak it a little bit and all that mess. But yeah, I think the primer's been sitting for enough time. Go ahead and put on some foundation. I cleaned all of my brushes and sponges the other day in preparation because I wanted a flawless beat today. I'm running low on my Professional, but that's okay because I got my Charlotte Tilbury. But I just like to spray the Professional in between steps because the Charlotte Tilbury is like a final step. You are not, I do not spray that in between because she will lock stuff in, and sometimes I just want to incorporate some of the setting, but I don't necessarily want to set my face, you know what I mean? I'm just doing my little trick where I spray the setting spray in the foundation and mixing it on my hand. I'm just gonna go ahead and go. I want to leave the house in like an hour and a half, so I have more than enough time. Enough about the superficial crap. I wanted to catch up with you guys about where the hell I've been. Where you been, Loca? I've never really watched Twilight, but that clip is so funny to me. Anyways, I did not intentionally mean to kind of fall off the face of the earth on here, but as you all, not all of you, but as some of you may know, I do struggle with depression, and there is a seasonal element to my depression. So when it starts to get cooler outside, I experience more intense symptoms. So I've just been struggling with managing that as well as school. It really sucks because around this time of year is like when I'll have finals, and just having to go to school when you don't feel the greatest, like it just adds an extra level of stress to things, because when I really am like in hermit mode, I'm really not feeling it. I just want to sit and lay in bed all day, and that kind of complicates things when you're a student and you need to study for things and do well and all that. So it has been a struggle, and I have been trying things out to ease some of my symptoms, and just try to get me back motivated, and it's working a little bit. I feel a little better, you know. I did have to up my dose for my antidepressants because of everything that's going on, which I felt discouraged about at first, but really, like, I just feel like if I needed it, I needed it. Like, there's no, I don't know, like, I always feel like I don't think medication is a cop-out, but I don't want to be too dependent on it, you know what I mean? And I would also like get on myself for being like, like just hearing that it needed to be increased, I just felt like I was taking steps back, when in reality that's progress, because I was able to say, like, you know, despite everything that I'm doing, I'm still not really feeling it. And you know, my therapist is like, there's no shame in upping the dose. If that's what you need right now, that doesn't mean it needs to be forever, you know. So yeah, I have been feeling a lot better, a lot more motivated. I've just been trying to stay active in the gym, go outside as much as possible. I've been upping my light therapy, making sure I'm taking my vitamin D3. If you don't know, during the colder months, a lot of people, and just overall, are very deficient. So during the colder months, you really want to make sure that, you know, you're going outside to get your vitamin D, but because it gets so dark so early, a lot of people aren't. So you need to be taking it. And I feel like that'll help a lot of you with feeling, you know, tired all the time and stuff like that. That's what's been going on with me. Like, honestly, that's been the main thing, is just I've had no motivation to do much. I've been really tired, just not myself, if I'm being honest. And I have my days where I just feel on top of the world, everything's great, and I have some days where I'm like, still not really feeling it today. And that's fine, you know. It's not always gonna be, okay, so this is a good shade. It's not always gonna be good, you know, and just have a perfect turnaround just because I started doing those things. I'm still gonna have those crappy days, and that's been hard to come to terms with, because I thought, like, oh, if I do this, like, everything's gonna be fine again. And granted, it is much better, but there's still effort that needs to happen on my end, you know. So it hasn't been like the easiest thing in the world, but when it comes to mental health, there's work. Like, you gotta work to feel better, you know. You can't just complain about it. Like, you actually gotta get it together, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna try my hardest to keep this momentum of recording and posting. It is nearing final times, so I cannot make any promises because school comes first, okay? But I still want to, I don't want to neglect the channel, you know what I mean? And that's really all I can say. Like, that's why I haven't been on here. Like, that's really it. I'll get like little comments from like my parents or my mom, like, what's going on with the channel? And I'm just like, I don't know. And I have been thinking about it. Trust me, I feel horrible that the last time I posted was, what, 3 weeks ago? Like, who is that? That's not me. I don't like to be that inconsistent, but I have to understand that this is just like a season, and who's to say 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now I won't feel 10 times better, you know? I feel good though. Like, today has been a good day. So it's just like really just taking it day by day for me. I can't put a time restriction on like when I'll feel better, or like, you know, I want to be back to normal in a week. Like, no, I don't really bother myself with stuff like that, because it doesn't help me like to try and pressure myself to be better quick, you know. I just feel it out. I've been trying to get my stuff back together with school because I have been struggling with the motivation, man. Like, it's been getting tough as far as the material, and I'm so used to just like understanding things like this and it being easy. Like, that literally is my school experience. I never really had to try very hard, like, not even on no bragging shit. Like, I just didn't have to try hard. So I'm not used to having to like take time and study. Like, I literally had like, I would study something a little bit, but then I'm like, I already know like what, I got the gist, you know, and then I would do well. So I'm like not used to having to put in all this effort. So that's something like, I don't know, like even my very first year in college like truly humbled me. But I was very lucky. My first year was easy shit, like communications, and even last year or last semester with bio, like, I don't know. But this year with anatomy, oof. I have background knowledge, but we're getting in depth, girl. Like, college level is no joke. And I took AMP, but because this is a college level course, it gets so much more in depth, so it requires so much more effort on my end. Can we just appreciate the skin? I wish the lighting wasn't so grainy so y'all could really see what I'm seeing in the mirror, but this is why I love getting matte foundations, because it gives you that satin matte when you have hydrating products underneath. Like, and I've been very consistent about my skin. That is also something that I neglect when I'm not feeling well. I neglect my hair, my skin. I neglect myself in general when I'm not feeling great. But I have been so consistent, and my skin is just skimming. Like, I don't know. As far as errands today, I really just need to, well, the first thing I have to do is go to therapy today. And then after that, I'm gonna run to the store because I need to get flowers for my altar because the other ones I had died, and I need a couple of other things. I'll know like once I walk around and stuff. Half the time I don't be having a list, but why are you blinking? I'm ready for this camera malfunction today. I got all my camera batteries charged. Like, I don't care. And so I did it a little early too. But we're going very natural beat. Like, I'm not gonna go crazy with the contour. I don't know. I just don't really feel it today. I had to let my little sensitive camera calm down or cool down, but I just feel like with everything going on in the world, and I watched a video yesterday, I believe, from this YouTuber. I'm gonna put her on the screen here because I don't believe I know how to pronounce her name. She was doing a video where she was microdosing, and it was a really cute video, but that's not like really too important, but that's just the video that I watched, just so you guys know for reference. But she was talking about how with everything going on in the world, it just feels so, I don't remember exactly what her words were, but what I gathered from it is that with everything going on and people continuing their lives as normal, and for the select people that choose to kind of be silent and complacent and not mention anything and just like post like everything's fine, is just so, I don't like the word dystopian, because this is dystopian. The fact that we have people experiencing genocide in 2023 and organizations like the UN are really not doing shit. Now granted, I'm not on social media right now, so there could be stuff I'm missing, but at the end of the day, you mean to tell me in the year 2023 there's nothing that our country or other countries can do to step in and help? Like, what? But it's just like wild to see people willfully choose to ignore it, knowing that innocent families, children, women are dying at the hands of these people, and you're just continuing your life as if people are not out here losing their lives, being bombed incessantly every single day. Entire family trees are being obliterated, and children, you know, class of 2023 is no longer a thing. Like, kids are being wiped out. And if that was happening here, we would not even be having much of a discussion. She was touching on a lot more than that, but just to see everything happening and to kind of witness everything from our phones, and it's like, it's just so, it's such a weird parallel to me, the way that some people are just so shaken by this and like couldn't imagine not saying anything, and then there's some people that are just like, has nothing to do with me. It's just like, what? Like, I don't know. I'm not the most, you know, educated activist and like I know everything, but just simply seeing something like that, I just could not be silent, let alone side with the people that are causing it. But it's just so odd to see people choose to support corporations that are supporting this genocide. Corporations that don't care about you, they care about your money, and you're putting that money, which has so much power, into these corporations to continue this genocide. So it's like you're willfully supporting it when you're also likely ignorant about it, but it's just like the lack of not only empathy but just cognitive dissonance. It's just wild to see people like act like they cannot live without McDonald's or Starbucks. This is a genocide we're talking about. What do you mean you can't stop drinking Starbucks? Like, what? I will drop them in a minute. Like, I don't care. It's all about morals at the end of the day. But on the bright side, social media is so powerful, and if it wasn't for it, I honestly would not have even known about the recent events. But it's just crazy to see how some people can just not be moved by it. I don't know, it really enrages me to see, and some people are just like not moved at all, and that is just so wild to see the difference in values, really. And the same thing we were seeing in 2016. It's just wild to see the difference in values and the lack of empathy for people that are not their own, you know? It's like, what? I don't know. I just couldn't be silent about something like that personally. It has been hard to see such graphic videos, and I can imagine it's even harder to live through it, but I am a very sensitive person, and so a lot of the graphic videos that I was seeing was just really not healthy for me, and I just could not. So I had to step away, and I also needed to take a step back for me to kind of really get my stuff together. I cannot have distractions. When I need like a reset, I can't, like, everything has to go. I have not been on social media. I've been trying to take time to myself. In real life, any conversations that are coming up about it, not allowing ignorance, not allowing people to excuse the genocide or make jokes or anything like that. Like, that is the type of shit that really will tell if you're putting your values where your mouth is. Like if you're really standing 10 toes behind what you're saying online. Like, a lot of people will be like, yes, free Palestine, and then their family members are talking about, let's go Israel, and y'all like silent. Like, no, I'm gonna be like, you don't have to get into a whole debate and waste your energy with people, but don't tolerate it. Don't allow that type of conversation to happen, because it is the reason why so many people are dead right now. Those beliefs are why people are literally dead. But what she was saying in her video was just like, it's crazy to see the difference in, like, it's like two different worlds, you know? And for me, it's been so disheartening, because it's like, we're supposed to be such a powerful country, and what we choose to do, who we choose to help, you know, it's just crazy to me. Sorry, I have to let her cool down again, but I forgot where I left off. I think I was saying, like, maybe it's just something I didn't notice as, you know, when I was younger as a child, but it just seems like there's been such a shift in lack of empathy for others. Like, I don't know if it's the damn phones, I don't know if it's COVID that made everyone forget that, you know, we're all human at the end of the day. I don't know, but I don't like it. I do recommend you watch her video though, because she said it way better than I am right now. My memory's fucking shot. But she also touched on how, like, you know, mentally, and kind of like I was saying, like, just struggling at this time. I think a lot of people are, and I feel a guilt for even speaking about it, because it's like there's people that are experiencing such horrific things, like 10 times worse than what I'm going through. And while I understand that, you know, that is true, and I shouldn't feel bad about that, I do, because it just seems so silly to complain about things like that when there are horrible things going on in the world, you know? Really put in perspective for me as well, like, you know, you're having these negative feelings, which are valid, but when you zoom out a little bit, look at the bigger picture, like, it really just helps me be grateful for what I do have, because there are people out there experiencing so much worse. Like she was saying, I feel like everyone is just trying their best, outside of, you know, what's going on in Palestine, just like trying their best to get through. There's so, like, economically, like, things going on as well. It's such a hard time for people. People are losing their jobs, or they're struggling to find work. Everyone is like a paycheck away from poverty. Just so much, and it really puts into perspective the shit that you complain about, you know? For me, it has made me, I don't know, I've always been a very grateful person, but even more so, like, there are people that are missing meals because they need to pay for other things. Just all type of shit. And it also puts into perspective how harshly I'm judging myself for struggling during this time, because it's like, it's a shared experience. Everyone is struggling right now. It's completely okay to not have everything together right now. Like literally everyone is just trying to make it through the day. So that kind of helped me like relax on myself a little bit. I don't always have to be super productive, waking up at 5 a.m., going to the gym every day, getting all my stuff on my to-do list done. Like it's okay to have those days where you don't feel like doing any of that. You just want to rest. Like that's totally natural. When you turn on your phone, the shit you're seeing, like that's the least anyone can do. Like, you know what I mean? Like it only makes sense. But let this be a lesson to stop judging yourself so harshly. Whoever is watching this, do the best that you can and know that that is enough, period. Don't let anyone guilt you into not doing enough, fast enough. You're exactly where you need to be. You're trying your best. As long as you know that you were trying your best and you're not willfully cutting yourself short, that's the best that you can do, and that's it. It's no one else's job or right to judge you for what you're capable of doing right now, because it's hard as fuck out here, okay? Not to mention with money, holidays coming up, people are gonna be stressing about that, trying to get gifts for people that they love. Everything costs an arm and a leg. Like there's so much other shit going on in the world that I probably don't even know about, you know? But like just relax. Like just try and relax. That's all I've been doing. I've just been trying to do the best that I can. I obviously want to make progress. I want to make strides in the right direction, but there's no rush. Like I'm literally 20. I'm only 20, and most of you watching this are in your 20s or even younger. Relax. You're not supposed to have everything figured out. It's okay if you switch your majors 4 times, or you drop out of school, or you pursue another 4th or 5th passion. Like that is okay. That is normal in your 20s. You're not supposed to have shit figured out. Shit, even in your 30s and 40s, if you're watching this and you're older, it is okay to not have everything figured out. Who says that you need to be a certain age before you settle down and do this and do that? Everyone's life is different, you know? It's okay if you have your little vice and that's whatever you need to get through, as long as you're not hurting yourself or others. Just cut yourself some slack. Like I feel like a lot of people don't put into perspective everything that they're juggling. Like that is like enough to pat yourself on the back in general. Just waking up and going to work every day while all this shit is going on in the world. So enough about my self-help spiel. Y'all know I can talk all day about this stuff, but on a more positive note, I have been reading. I haven't been on social media, which has been so helpful for me with school because I don't have any reason to be distracted during those times. I still kept TikTok, but I want to be more mindful about my use as well, just to kind of take care of my mind a little bit, you know, and kind of unplug sometimes. It's okay. You can still be helpful to Palestine while also taking some time to yourself, because we as humans are not meant to go through what they're going through. We're not meant to see the things that we're seeing, you know, multiple times a day, all day, every time we open our phones. It's not normal. And so it's perfectly normal to be like, I need a break. Like, this is a lot, you know, especially if you're a sensitive person like me. I don't like that gory stuff. I don't think that is, we need to shock people and get them to care. If they don't care, a video of someone dying is not going to get them to care, you know? And I can't see stuff like that. So I really needed to like get off of there. But I really have been getting stuff done with school. Like I've been studying for real. I've been reviewing a little bit every day, and I'm just so proud of myself, because even though I fall off the wagon, each time I get up and I do it again and I get my stuff together, you know? No matter how many times I fall off, I'm always get back up, and that's all that matters. So don't let nobody tell you different. The scarf had to come off, I guess. I just sprayed the Professional because all my cream products are done. I just need to set these under eyes. It looks so incredibly harsh on camera because of the exposure being turned up, but trust me guys, it looks good in person. You go in. It's like a race against the clock because you want to set it before it creases again. I just keep my sponge on standby, look up, push it in right there. Go in with the powder. This is also kind of like a pick-me-up for me as well, because when I start to neglect myself as a woman, unfortunately a lot of our confidence is tied to our appearance, and I've been getting better about that, but just doing your makeup, like, it always helps, you know, especially if you're not feeling the most confident. I've been feeling a little more confident though, because I've been seeing gains in the gym, girl. The girl is getting some real muscle definition now after almost 2 years in the gym, which is very exciting for me as a newbie to see the progress, you know, but like progress that other people can notice. Like when I'm at work and customers compliment my figure, like I be so happy. Like, oh my god, like they notice, like it's enough of a change for people to like, oh, she goes to the gym. Like that is where I want to be in life, where people can look at me like, yeah girl, that girl works out. Like that is all I want, that's all I aspire, you know, that, and just to be strong. I also recently learned I gained 15 pounds. I'm now 130 when I was literally 115 at the start of my journey. Yeah, but literally though, like what? And I've seen the weight gain, you know what I mean, like my legs are bigger, my quads are bigger, whatever, but like to see it on the scale, like damn, 15 pounds, you know. And I've definitely been dirty bulking, like I'll admit it, shoot, bulking by any means, okay? Not the person who's gonna be counting calories, and no, I respectfully don't have the patience. And I feel like for me, that can very quickly become disordered eating. So I'd rather not and just eat whatever I feel like I need in that moment. And it looks great on me. That's why I think you should really just have your own goals for the gym, not like a certain number or a look. Just how do you want to feel, you know? I wanted to feel strong, which I do, and I wanted to gain weight, you know? And it's just so cool to finally see it, you know? Set a goal and then to finally reach it. It's just so cool. But yeah, that's really it. Like nothing is too new with me. Like I have been in hermit mode and I've been loving it. I love it. I'm such an introvert at heart. Like I love to just be in my own company, reading a nice book, being all cozy. Like, that's truly what I love. And with the, you know, cozy season being here, like I'm just truly in my element. I'm super excited for Christmas. Not even for gifts, like I'm just excited for it to be Christmas. I love this time of year. I love the decorations, the lights, the snow. I don't like driving in it, but I love it. I love it. I love it. It's just so beautiful. And that's why I hate having seasonal depression, because I feel so shitty, but I love this time of year. Like I love, like, not really Thanksgiving, but like, you know, what we do for Thanksgiving, like cooking and being around family. Like I just love it. That's so satisfying. I love that part every time. And truly also, like, this is just something to kill time. Like I was literally just gonna be sitting here watching YouTube. Like might as well beat my face and talk to you guys, you know? I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're out here surviving. It's really all we're doing. That's all most of us are doing. Just out here surviving, girl. Doing the best we can. I'm worried about me, myself, and I. I'm not worried about what anybody else got going on, girl. Cause I am. What's that one picture I put? Oh my god. I posted this one picture on my Instagram story a while back that was like, don't ask me for shit, I'm fucked up too. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Like, I'm not where I want to be just yet mentally. Like I'm feeling much better, but like I really don't even have it in me to extend myself to others, if that makes sense. Like I am usually the person that's like the listening ear for a lot of people, giving advice or just being there for others, which I love. Like I love to help people at my core, but you know, that is an energy exchange, and I just don't have that much energy these days. And that's not even on no like you know, spiritual, like whatever. I am a spiritual person, but it's just how I'm feeling right now. I don't know. No hard feelings to nobody, but I gotta take care of me first. As I'm approaching my 20s, you just become more selfish. Like, I don't know, like, I know I don't have time to help you with whatever. Like, girl, I'm trying to get myself together, you know? I'm trying to make it through the day. I don't got time to be trying to help everybody, because don't everybody be, you know, running to help me. So, granted, I am very private, so let me not even do too much, because I be keeping a lot of stuff to myself. I like to not burden the people around me with my issues, because I'm well aware of what I got going on. You know, this is not my first rodeo. This is not my first year experiencing these feelings. So it's just like, I don't feel like it's anything new, so I might as well just keep it to myself, you know? I don't know if that's healthy, but I don't know. I just would never ever want to be a burden to nobody. Like, I never want to be ever like, oh my god, she just will not stop coming to me about this. Like, no, I don't want to give room for anyone to say anything like that. And luckily I have a great support system. My boyfriend has always been so supportive of me and open-minded and everything, but and also my family, of course, but like, I don't live with them, so they don't see the day-to-day of like when I'm struggling and stuff, so they wouldn't know unless I say. But it's just like, having someone like him has been very helpful during this time. And also my therapist, shout out her, like, we've been making real breakthroughs in therapy lately. Like, pat on my back, you know. I'm trying to be as open as possible, because I feel like I will tell what I go through, but I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't really get into it emotionally. Like, I'm very objective when I'm almost as if I am telling someone else's story. It's very odd, because it's like, I don't want to get emotional, but that also is like a fear of vulnerability. And so I just have been trying to work on that in therapy, and like, you know, and it's been fun. Like, well, not fun, but it's been interesting to see my progress and just a shift in my mindset. Hey.
Hey girl, hey. We twins.
No, for real. That's cute.
I just feel like it looks so good on you, but I just don't know. My skin tone is in between. It's either your complexion or the brown skin sisters that look so good with red hair. It's just, I don't understand. But anyway, I just have to tell you the tea real quick. I'm steady hearing about these hate crimes. People killing people too over here.
Literally.
Like,
okay guys, as you guys saw, the makeup is done. I didn't have enough time to do my lashes because I kept having to wait for this camera to cool down from overheating. But in that clip, I tried to show you guys my fit. It's just a t-shirt and some jeans. Like I said, I just have to run really simple errands today. I'm on the way to therapy now. I was on the phone with my mom, so I didn't have a chance to like actually outro the video. I know it was really short and it wasn't like too long of a video, but I still hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you liked the message out of that video. Free Palestine, always, till I fucking die. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.